catch me howling at the moon. Trying to catch me howling at the moon. Trying to catch me howling at the moon. Trying to catch me howling at the moon. When it rains, it pours. Water's up to my chin. Won't stop fighting to the very end. Many men try to reach it. Many men have failed. Well, if you wanna get to heaven, you gotta raise a little hell. And I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They say no to sleepless nights. Will you find me? Hope you find me. I'll be back home soon. When the sun rises, when the sun we're trying to catch me howling at the moon. Trying to catch me howling at the moon. We're trying to catch me howling at the moon. Trying to catch me. Trying to catch me. Trying to catch me howling at the moon. Trying to catch me. Trying to catch me howling at the moon.
Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Man, how y'all doing? Woo! I missed y'all. I've been out of town. Most of y'all didn't know I was going out of town. Man, I dipped on y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. I dipped. Had to handle some business. I handled some business. And now I'm back. But I missed y'all, man. What y'all been up to? I feel like I ain't talked to y'all in forever. You know I gotta do my sound check. There we go. All right, I hear myself. Man, I missed y'all, like for real. The last y'all heard, I did like a short stream, and then my nephew was crying. He's all right. He little bitty thing, having nightmares. I'm like, what are you having a nightmare about? I mean, you like a year old. What you having a nightmare about? And I'm like, oh man, I don't know. Like, man, he having a nightmare that the food ran out. Because when you that young, like seriously, like I have seen newborn babies, and maybe I'm the only one that's ever wondered this. Y'all ever seen newborn babies and they like twitching, like they having a bad dream? And I'm like, you just been born. What are you dreaming about? Like being born again? Like, was it that traumatic? Like, what? I don't know. But he's fine. He's fine. Which prompted me to, I've got a new video idea. A new video idea, right? And I think y'all gonna like this. Because even if you can't use it personally, you'll be able to use it for somebody. You'll be able to use it for somebody. So, yeah. So anyway, he's fine. And then it was too late for me to come back home. And then I had to go out of town. Which, for me, traveling is like a double-edged sword. I love it. I mean, I love going out of town. But it's also a source of a lot of stress because y'all know I have the Hoodoo Zoo here, which in Hoodoo Central 1.0, it was different because Hoodoo Dog's vet, who treated him since he was like this big, was right there. So I could just drop him off. And I mean, even if she wasn't open, you know, I mean, she loved me, she loved him. I could drop him off at her house. She'd take care of him. Now we down here, and I don't know these folks. Like, I don't know these folks. Shoot, I hate to have to pull up on them over my dog, but it'll happen. It'll happen. And not just them. Then there's Lulu, there's the parrot, all my reptiles. I was like, man. And I have cameras like all over the place, inside and out. Don't y'all be getting the wrong idea. And so I'll be out of town and I'm looking in and Lulu's just laying on the bed by Lulu's my cat, if you don't know. She's laying on her little bed by herself, and I'm like feeling bad. Not for long. Not for long. Let me tell y'all where I went though. First, let me give some shout outs. Who all in here? What's up, Martine? Hey sis. Glad you feeling better. What's up, Latoya? Hey Nix. How's it going, sis? What up, Brown Sugar? Hey Rochelle. Wait, Rochelle. Do I say good night now? Do I say good evening? Good night? Rochelle, what up? Keeping it 100? Hey, Nymphe. Black Man, what's going on? What up, Zen? Lex, I'm so sorry. I missed both of your streams. The first one, well, you canceled the first one. Then the second one, I was so tired. I had told myself, because I got the message that you were going on. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to stay here. So we need to do something together. I don't know. Maybe have church service tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Text me back channel. Adrienne, what's going on? LIG Livid, how goes it? Danielle, what's up? What up, Cocoa Puff? Man, hold on. All right. Cocoa Puff. Hey, Creamer. Hey, Theta. Hey, Bad Gal. Look, I'm sitting here, Bad Gal, New York, or Nini. I was sitting here like, what the what? How's everybody doing this evening? Okay, what up, Bill? So I went to Savannah, y'all. Now I know a lot of y'all live in Savannah, and y'all would have loved to have hooked up, and I would have loved to have hooked up with you guys. But this was a business trip. It was not a pleasure trip. Believe me, y'all know how I roll. Had it been a pleasure trip, I'd be like, hey, meet me here, meet me there. But it was a business trip. And I had never been to Savannah. Oddly enough, right? Never been to Savannah. I'd only passed near Savannah going to Tybee Island. I did not know that Savannah was so cool. Why did y'all not tell me that Savannah was so cool? I mean, Savannah's like baby New Orleans. I mean, y'all, I was walking around, and y'all know I don't drink anymore, but everybody had liquor, and there was liquor everywhere. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to drink. But maybe Hoodoo Holmes, or which one of y'all, Hoodoo Holmes or Sherlock Hoodoo? Maybe he'll drink. Neither one of us drink. But I was looking at all the, all the architecture. Black Man said, we're trying to get you to come down. Black Man, I'm coming back. That's what I want to talk to y'all about, because I'm coming back. I loved it so much, I'm coming back. So I was looking at the architecture, I was looking at everything, and I remember we were talking about having a Broken Army trip to New Orleans, which I want to do, and we will do. I'm already claiming it. We're going to do that. But since Hoodoo Central is in Georgia and Savannah's in Georgia, and it's a shorter drive for your boy, I'll be honest, it'll be a shorter drive for your boy. I think we should do a trip to Savannah, right? I think we should do a trip to Savannah. It's right around the corner for me. Look, y'all like, it ain't close for me, bro. New Orleans, Savannah, it's the same distance. It ain't close for, it's close for me. So, Black Man, I'm coming back. Right? Because I got to scout out some locations. I talked to a few people about, maybe depending on how many people come, we have our own private little carriage rides and our own private ghost tour, just us, right? Our own private ghost tour and all this, right? And I'm like, huh. And then we tour the cemeteries and all this stuff. I'm like, yes, yeah. So, you know, that's the first thing. And there was a lot of water there. There was a lot of water there. So I'm like, man, I gotta come back. Gotta come back. Danielle said, I'm out of touch because I remember he used to love natural light. Danielle, I still love natural light. I just don't drink it. Just don't drink it. Over a year now, not a drop. Scouts honor. Not to drop. So yeah, that's an idea. All right, that is an idea. Because New Orleans, I can take y'all around New Orleans, but Savannah, I don't know it, so that's why I gotta do some back and forth. And next time when I have more free time, I'd love to link up with some of y'all that's down there. Love to link up with some of y'all who are down there. Link up, you know, shoot, you know, we'll talk loud, draw a crowd. Shoot. So black man, if you down there, hit me up, bro. Let's look. Hey, let's link up. We'll go down to River Street, tell a few lies, and make some promises we can't keep. Teta says, how many reptiles? A bunch. I have a bunch. So that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. That's what I'm planning. That is what I'm planning. The next, all right, Hoodoo Central 2.0 is open. All right, we open. And you know, still some touches here and there, but to me, opening this shop is like, it's like the old folks said, having kids. If you wait till you're ready, you'll never do it. Because when you gonna ever feel that you're ready when it's something that you really care about? So, hey, what's up, Nikia? So that's where I am on it. Just tell me on, you know, you want to come down. I say, hey, what you thinking about? Then I'm like, all right, let's do it. All right. And another thing, shoot, I got a bunch of packages to get on the fly. What is today? Dang, today's Saturday. So Monday, it'll go out Monday. A bunch will go out Monday. Whew. All right, but what y'all been up to, man? I missed y'all. I know a lot of streamers or YouTube or whatever y'all want to call them folks. I'm a spiritualist, but I use YouTube as a platform. They'll get on here and be like, I missed y'all. No, I actually did miss y'all. It's so funny because y'all know the Wi-Fi down here in the sticks is terrible. When I was in like Savannah proper, like down there, I mean, I call it the boardwalk. I don't know. It was a bunch of stuff, you know, near the Haitian monument. The just regular cellular speed was faster than the Wi-Fi here at the house. Yeah, Lex, I don't know what that is. I was like, what? So I thought about, I was looking at stuff. I thought it was cool. I'm like, man, let's go live. But, you know, had folks with me. So I was like, don't want to expose them to that. Now, here's something funny. So I was standing outside ice cream shop. Because the folks I was with, it was hot. They wouldn't go get some ice cream. So I'm standing outside this ice cream shop. And if you're from Savannah, can you tell me why y'all love pizza so much? It's pizza everywhere in Savannah. It's pizza, liquor, and ice cream everywhere. And wine slushies. I said, man, this is the worst place to be if I'm trying not. And I'm not saying I will never touch another drop. It's just, it would have to be a special occasion. And that was business. That wasn't a special occasion. It was business. I mean, it was special being out of town, but it was business. So I'm like, nah, I ain't. Because then I really been telling a few lies and making some promises I wasn't intending on keeping. So, but yeah, I thought about going live because I saw stuff and immediately I thought about y'all. I'm like, man, look at this. I need to show them. So, and when I say I miss y'all for real. Like for real. So, I ain't like one of them other YouTubers. But anyway, we back now. I just want to see what y'all been up to. What have y'all been working on? If you are in my Discord, man, I'm disappointed in y'all. And I'm going to tell you why. Y'all hold your hands out. You know, I'll pap you a little bit. I posted the link to a YouTube video in my Discord. Discord is like a little social network, right? I keep it small, intimate even. And it was the video was this podcast that I follow, and they'll do like video podcasts or whatever. And so I posted it because it was a clip from a conversation they had. And the conversation that they had was, there was one guy there who had gone to the witchcraft subreddit, and he was making fun of one of the posts. I think the post was something like, my husband and I, it was a lady, my husband and I were walking through the woods, and I picked up a stick, and my husband said, "That's not a stick, that's a wand." And then she was like, "I've never wanted a wand before, but it fit my hand perfectly." And the guys were like, they posted a picture of it, and the guys were like, it's a freaking stick. And they began to bash witchcraft. And this is nothing, I mean, when I had to tell everybody in Discord, you have to think how they're thinking. They're not bashing like witchcraft, like Wicca. They're bashing all of, the spirit, the active, I call them active spirituality, because you're not praying and waiting. We do stuff, right? They're bashing all of them. And I think a lot of people miss my point in that. And if I could play it here, Goose Milk, that's you, Goose Milk. If I could play it here, right, without a copyright strike, I would. No, Lex, not right now. Oh no, we still quaint and intimate. If I, Lex was like, "Want me to post this?" No, Lex, no. But so I think people missed the mark. What I was trying to show them, as these guys were having a raucous good time, dogging witchcraft and people who believed in it, right? My point in posting that was to spark a conversation about, a lot of times I get asked, how do I protect myself from hexes and curses and spiritual attacks? And I'm often telling people that it's very rare that you will actually get spiritually attacked. It is extremely rare that you would get spiritually attacked. See, when Hoodoo was coming, I mean, we were, and we still are, a small community. And this was a time when everybody knew a little something. We are not those times now. Back then, small community, everybody knew a little something. So you may not be a professional worker, but you knew a little something to do if somebody crossed you, right? We don't have those times anymore. The amount of people who believe in our practices, and I'm not just hoodoo, witchcraft, Wicca, Strega, Palo, Santeria, voodoo, candomblé. I mean, all of it, Satanism, all of it, right? The amount of people who believe in what we do is only this big. It's just us. It's just us. In a world with 8 billion people, how many people do you think actually believe in what we do? We do, because we know it works. But everybody else thinks it's just Hollywood or books like Harry Potter or stuff like that. So since the majority of the world, and I'm so glad that they don't, since the majority of the world does not believe in what we do, who is it throwing all these hexes? Who's throwing all these curses? Because out of the small amount of us who know this is real, it's an even smaller amount that can effectively pull it off. Because y'all been Lucky Mojo'd to death. Y'all been Cassist and Alvarado'd and everything to death. And we just now starting to turn it back around. But for everyone that I turn back around, and we, the broken army, for everyone that we turn back around, that we bring on home, is about 2 more, for every egg that we pull out, it's about 3 more sticking them right back in. So, are y'all getting my point? And it's not that you should not be familiar with protections against spiritual attack. It's not that you shouldn't be familiar with them. My point in posting that was because people approach me, and maybe they approach Lex or anybody else here, and they're like, just incredibly paranoid about it. Like, oh my God, it's somebody attacking me. And I'm like, no, it's not. And ain't but so many folks out here who can actually throw something. Now, there's one caveat to that. The one caveat to that is if you hanging around in Facebook groups or on Reddit, getting into it with folks. Because come on, how many of those hoodoo groups, witchcraft groups, whoever, how many of them things are like love and like kumbaya, let's all get along? How many of them? Versus how many of it is people trying to one-up each other, trying to out-talk each other, trying to out-knowledge each other, try to be the grandpa hoodoo pumbaa and stuff like that. How many of them, I dare say it's a lot more of the latter. If you would like the Discord link, then please text the text line and let me know your YouTube handle. Because some of y'all I may not like. Let's keep it a buck. Some of y'all. See, I'm intent on keeping my Discord. I'm not going to let it turn into a Facebook group where people post all kinds of weird situations. No. There's going to be a group by the people and for the people. But seriously, how many of these online groups just kind of devolve into just utter chaos? People just upset, somebody asking the same question 50-11 times, and this one, and they getting into it with each other. Because you know, when they get into it with each other, what are they going to do? Start throwing. If they get into it with each other in a spiritual group, they're going to start throwing. Oh, Lex, you got to put the exclamation point on the other side. Nightbot over there sleeping. Don't wake him up. But if you are not in those groups and you are just out walking around, ain't nobody gonna throw at you because the majority of the people know nothing about throwing at you. We just seem to think for some reason that when we get excited about this and we we awaken to this, that everybody's doing it. They're not. It's that same mechanism where you ever been crying in the car? And don't act like y'all ain't never happened to y'all. You ever been crying in the car and when you pull up at a stoplight, it feel like everybody looking at you like, Prophet over there crying in his car. You just feel like everybody. That's who you are. Now, then Faye, why didn't I know that was you? I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that to you right now. I'm gonna get that to you right now while I'm talking. But I know y'all have had that happen where y'all feel like everybody's. Well, it's the same mechanism, y'all. It's the same mechanism where when something is important to you, you feel like everybody is watching. You feel like everybody's watching, and they're not. That's why when people who want to get into it with me, I don't even worry about it. Cause I'm like, man, what you gonna do? Nothing. Ain't nothing. Cause you don't know how to do anything. There you go, Nymphe. I know that was you. I didn't. So be familiar with spiritual protections, but don't live in fear of being thrown at, because there's not a whole bunch of people who can do it. There's not a whole bunch of folks who can do it. And two, I wanted people to see this video. Because the way they were making fun of that is the way the general public thinks about us. It's the way the general public thinks about us. So whenever I get posed the question, Prophet, how do I tell people about my practice? I'm like, don't. Why? Hoodoo thrives behind the shadow, in the shadows, behind the scenes. Now I know. Folks are like, well, how is anybody going to learn anything if everybody hiding? Man, look, I've told y'all a million ways. It's just not going to be out in the open. I can drive, as a matter of fact, on the way to Savannah, because for some reason where Hoodoo Central 2.0 is located is Nya. Savannah is Nya. You would think I could just do like that, right? Pause. You could think I could just do like that. No, I gotta do like this. Go down near Lex, come back up, wiggle. Because of all the water and stuff, right? What up, Martine? Just Martine, right? So through that, I saw a whole bunch of root workers. You know how I saw them? Just a little cardboard sign on the mailbox that said spiritual advisor. That's where the work is at. Ain't the billboards. Ain't the billboards. Look, it ain't the y'all. One time I had a park bench. No lie. You know the benches that have your face on it. Man, I had a bench one time. And you know the benches, it ain't the flyers. It's just that. Or you know somebody who knows somebody who knows something. But it's not like grandiose like that. And people are trying to make it that before they learn anything. They're trying to make it that before they learn anything. But that's not that. I've gotten sidetracked. The reason I post that is so people can see that the amount of us in this community is only this big. The ones making fun and all that, that's the whole rest of the world. Just leave it alone. Keep it to yourself. What I told somebody, because people were messaging me behind the scenes because they were upset. I was like, okay, you see how they laughing and poking jokes? When you walk up in the family reunion, talking about, do you know why I wear this necklace? Do you? See, this is Jetstone. It keeps away negative energies and entities. And they're like, because look, this is how some of y'all are. For some reason, y'all don't know how to be spiritual and still cool. Y'all don't. Y'all will do this up to you. You know, this is why I have this. Ain't nobody asked you, but you want to tell them. And somebody sit at the table talking about, man, I'm trying to decide if I should get this PPP loan. And here you go. Hold on. Look, 3 other people pull up. They think you getting ready to play some spades, but no, I'll tell you if you should get that loan. Oh, a card jumped out. Oh my gosh, it's the 9 of spades. You know how y'all doing. That's what y'all doing. Dressing in all black, got one black pinky nail. And as soon as you walk off to fix your plate, after you done told all these folks about, have I spoken to you about serving your ancestors? And serving our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ through Hoodoo. The minute you walk off to fix your plate, that podcast that I linked, that's what they talking about. That's what they doing right then. How they doing right then? So yeah, be low key. No, nobody's saying hide who you are, but here's really the deeper part of it. Because I love y'all so much, right? Most of the people who come to an active spirituality, right? Y'all come in timidly, right? Taking baby mouse steps, and it's good. Have a healthy respect. But one thing nobody wants to talk about is the amount of doubt that you still have sitting on your shoulders. I hope this works. What if this works? Because a lot of people come to these spiritualities out of a need. You broke, you're tired, you're busted, you're disgusted. Somebody done left you. You don't like the way you look in the mirror. You feel uncomfortable in crowds and all this other stuff. So you come in response to a need. You have a need. And you're hoping that this spirituality will fill it. But with that hope comes a lot of doubt. And nothing can kill your confidence like somebody else on what you believe in, right? Nothing to kill you because nobody likes to be the butt of jokes. So just who saw? Hold on, y'all. Let me check my camera. I just heard what you call it. Now who is this? Now okay, I know who you are. There you go. Welcome to the Discord. So just get your chops. Get your learning right. I liken it to, You don't want to introduce yourself as Dr. Lex MD and you still in med school, right? You know, you're not going to be Miss Alma motivates, you know, plastic surgeon and you still in med school. Don't do it. Just, you know, get your chops up under you first. Because you know what's going to happen. Besides all the joking and whatnot, and we joke a lot, but y'all know I'm serious about Hoodoo. Besides all the joking, what always happens when somebody comes to school and you done told everybody, I take karate. On a side note, does anybody have a friend or a family member that's the karate man? Anybody have a friend man, I had a godson who was the karate man. 2 of them mugs. And they were always martial arts. And just out of nowhere, we could be standing there chopping it up, you know, drinking a natty or whatever. And then one of them like, yeah, I need to get back into my practice. And I'm like, man, you lame to death. Man, you lame to death. What's wrong with you? Ain't nobody said nothing about that. No lame self up there taking deep breaths and all this. And don't be the karate man. And with that, don't be the Hoodoo person. See? Goose Mill, the karate man in high school. But don't be the karate man. Look, and then you look back and you like, God, I was lame. Look, don't be the tarot man or the now I'm speaking to the men now. Cause he is different, right? It's different. Hey, you can't tell me. You can't tell me back in the day I couldn't be Bruce Leroy. I thought I had the glow. But listen. Now, look, ladies, look, hey, shoot, there's a bunch of y'all in here. Tiffany, Rochelle, doggone Miss Alma, Lex, Martine, all y'all. I didn't scroll up. I know there's plenty of y'all in here. Can we at least admit that it's different for women than it is for men? See, a woman, you know, y'all can pull out tarot cards. Y'all can pull out all this stuff, right? Y'all can pull out all this stuff, and it's still gonna be a dude like man, shoot, I don't bit more care about that. Shoot, I do want to hit crazy and all. But men, we look crazy. Y'all ain't gonna still. If we sit here and pull out some cards, y'all ain't gonna be like, oh my God, tell me more. Y'all gonna be like, man, who is this crazy around here? Tell the truth and shame the devil. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Y'all know. You could be sitting here because y'all know how y'all do in the spiritual community now. Y'all know I keep telling y'all you can still be cool. You know, you can still be alright and be spiritual. But sisters y'all still want to walk around smelling like, you know, shea butter and and frankincense. Dudes don't care. Dudes do not care. They do not care. Shea butter, frankincense, you have a whole fist up under there being au natural. Don't nobody care. Dudes still gonna try. But walk around and be the karate man. Walk around and be the karate man. Well, hold on. You have a good energy. You're gonna be like, what? There was something about your aura when you walked in. I felt it. Man, y'all be done curved that dude so fast. And y'all know it. What's up, honey child? What's up, Hannah's treasures? So dude, my guys, look, don't be the karate man. Don't just stand around and like, no. Somebody said, keep it at 100 says, cute when you're a hoodoo chick. Right, Y'all look, hairy legs, twisted up hair, smelling like shea butter and frankincense. Dudes do not care. Not at all. Walk around with waist beads, and if don't nobody care, we still gonna try. Don't nobody care. Walk around like, man, I'm gonna knock them beads off. y'all give me a couple of minutes. This was my mama calling. Let me see what my mama wanted. I'll be right back. Knock them beads off. I don't care if it's about 2 miles, because y'all done seen some wide sets of waist beads before. Don't cancel me, ladies. I'll be right back. All right, y'all. I'm back. I'm back. I guess the main thing is like, we live in a world now where nothing is considered normal anymore. When I was coming up, you knew what normal was, right? But you also know when you deviated outside of that, some form of deviation or some amount was okay amongst friends and family. not around the general public. Now we got our deviation just out everywhere, and nobody has any idea. Nobody has any idea what's going on. So, I guess, what? We have all these movements going on now. This movement, that movement, this initiative, that's this cause and that cause. There's too many causes to keep up with. But can we do a back to let's do a back to the 90s. Back to the 80s, 90s cause. Like right there. Where you kept your business amongst your folks. I keep my business with my folks. When we all out together, we all just stay normal. And then we go back and crazy once we get home. Once we get home, that's when we go crazy. I'm not going to be, because, you can be crazy around elementary school. You can walk around elementary school and be like, whoa. Y'all can't see I got my leg. Whoa. You can do that around elementary school. But around middle and high school, what happened when you was the karate man? When you was the karate man around around middle school and high school, what happened? Somebody's like, oh yeah? What you got? And they be serious. And on a serious note, what are you gonna do when you done hyped up your hoodoo? You done hyped up your ancestors, and somebody is laying in that hospital bed and they come and ask you, hey, you've been talking about it. Hey, what you gonna do? What you gonna do then? Or somebody about to get put out and they're like, hey, can you do? What you gonna do then? See, it's all well and good when we're talking about drawing ourselves some money and drawing ourselves some love and drawing ourselves some luck. That's all well and good. But when you start putting it out there and putting it out there and putting it out there, well, what happens when somebody comes to you with something serious? It's not just their little feelings because it's a love thing, not just their feelings, right? It's not just they want a little extra money, but they already working. No. I'm on the verge of losing everything. You said you the karate man. Help. My grandmama's sick. You the hoodoo woman. Help. What you gonna do then? You gonna wish you'd have listened to me and kept it under wraps until you got good at your craft, because that's what y'all want to call it, the craft. Out here making dadgum emails. Hoodoo Hank Killer 6996 at gmail.com. Like, what? If you don't sit down. I don't sit down somewhere. Let me read what y'all was saying, because y'all were having a good time while I was gone. So, and I love my mama. Mom called, had to see what was up. And the funny thing is, I was like, hey, ma, yeah, I'm on the stream right now. Mm-hmm. And she said, oh, she acknowledged that. She said, oh, okay. Well, I was calling because, and she kept talking. Look, y'all know how these older Southern ladies are. Yeah, okay, yeah. You said you were doing something. Absolutely, that's fine. That's fine. We still gonna continue. I was like, Mom, I gotta go. Oh, okay. The prophet Lex said, bruh, Lex, you done seen some sets of waist beads can go around this house. Like somebody with that needle and thread sitting here, when they got done, they throwing up gang signs almost. The carpal tunnel, putting all them beads on that long string. You need to stop. Keep it 100. See, I think dudes think women like us can help them see heaven, and we can. Keep it 100. I do have a crazy oil. It's a confusion oil. What's up, Michelle Samuels? How's it going? I can't with y'all. So, hey, keep it, just keep it on the wraps a little bit until you good at what you do. Because, see, it's not saying Stay that way. And that's, I think, where people get some pushback from when you tell them, hey, just be easy. I'm proud. Okay, that's fine. But see, there comes a point when the karate man, right? He studies enough where he can put his money where his mouth is at this point. So if someone's like, "Oh, you the karate man? What you got?" And he's like, "All right, well, come on, pop, pop, pop." And then guess what that does? That makes those around him respect the karate and want to do the karate correctly, right? But if you the karate man, you getting your butt kicked, man, folks, I mean, it's not just you getting embarrassed. You have just tarnished karate itself. Y'all see where I'm going with this? Prophet always gotta. What? Y'all see how I got y'all here? I took that long route. And now y'all sitting here like, man, we sitting here in the middle of making a good point, Bill. Because that's what I see in social media. I see so many hoodoo karate men and women that when it's put up or shut up time, end up having to shut up. And it doesn't just embarrass them. It also tarnishes the community as a whole. What's up, Shay? We are our own best advertisement. Or is it advertisement? Rochelle, which one do you say? Hey, Letitia. I'm sorry I missed you. Hey, Letitia. I got to ask Rochelle because Rochelle will bust in with a good night. And I'm like, is that like aloha? Where it's like it can be hello and goodbye? Aloha, aloha. What's up, Tasha? When you the karate man and you getting drugged up and down that schoolyard, not only are people looking at you like, ooh, but they also looking like, man, that karate ain't none of that karate. I'm gonna go take some kung fu or something. I'm gonna go box. Because see, you were not a good representation of karate. And we all know, hey, karate works. But you weren't a good representation of it because you jumped out before you were ready. It's the same thing. You a med student telling everybody you a doctor. And then next thing you know, folks like, man, my liver falling out. And you like, ooh, I don't know what to do about that. But you said you was a doctor. Yeah, well, I don't know what to do about that. Now folks walking around, man, because people, that person with the liver falling out, their friends who going to his funeral, they sitting there going, they didn't say, oh, he went to a med student. They're saying he went to a doctor. Now you have got all these people, all these folks with a bad taste in medicine in their mouth, or a bad taste for the medical profession in their mouth, right? We have got to be good. I don't want to say advertisements, but y'all know what I'm saying. When it comes to, stepping out as far as hoodoo, voodoo, palo, santeria, strega, witchcraft, whatever. We have to, put our best foot forward. We have to, as grandma said, make sure we got on clean drawers when we leave the house. We have to. But I see so many people with dirty drawers in the spiritual community, and it's not just hoodoo. I'm just speaking about hoodoo because I'm the hoodoo man, right? But you see it. I see it. If you getting into it online with somebody every week and ain't neither one of y'all dropped, y'all both suck. As far as people who look to you for guidance. Does that make sense? People who look to you for teaching, people who look to you for stuff like that, right? You the grand poobah, and this your enemy, and ain't neither one, man, like come on, man. We got to be smarter than that. If you are putting yourself out there like, hey, you want some work done? I can do some work for you. But you always broke. And I'm not talking about anybody in particular. This is just something I want y'all to take a look at. If you always broke, why would I come to you for some work? Why would I come to you for a reading? Why? Because you couldn't do a reading to see that you was about to be broke, and you can't work your way up out of it. So why would I come to you for that? Milk before meat. That's all I'm saying. And make sure you got some meat cutting teeth before you going out here and this is who I am and all this other stuff. Slow down, young Padawan. It's a spiritual journey. It's not a spiritual day trip. Just slow down. You'll be all right. Michelle Samuels, yes, I do. I might need to slow down on these energy drinks. Get me hyped. Y'all always get me hyped. You want to do a road opening for me and you always need some gas money? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. When you do readings, right? And some of you follow me. I know we talked about this on the stream. If you do readings, what's one thing you should always do either after a very negative one or you've done a batch of them? What's one thing you should always do? Come on, shout it out when you know the answer. Cleanse. You should cleanse. And thank you, IQ. And the reason we should cleanse is because we know just the very act of giving a reading flows both ways, right? I'm reaching out into your spirit or getting in touch with your ancestors. They're communicating back. We're completing a circuit. Same thing with working. All right, if I'm doing a road opening for you, I'm reaching out, I'm clearing stuff, I'm taking it away. I mean, it's a circuit. It is a looping circuit. So I'm gonna have if you done contracted the spirit of broke, I don't want you doing a road opening for me. You might be putting some bricks in my road instead of taking them away. So I mean, and that's why I always tell folks when y'all are talking about spiritual godparents, right? And this is not to say you should always focus everything on the material. This is not to say you should focus everything on the material, but there is a certain way of living that you should take into account. Spiritual godparents are still people. Well, I love seeing out loud cleanse. They're still people. And yeah, they can teach you a lot, but they can't teach you how to apply it because they aren't. I can't lead you somewhere I've never been. I'll just give you directions. And directions can be wonky. They can be wonky. But if I've been there before, I can grab you by the hand and say, come on, honey child. And I walk you there. How can I lead you to the land of milk and honey and I'm standing in Brokeville? I ain't never been to the land of milk. I can't. And before y'all start talking about Moses never making it into the promised land, hey, isolated event. And a lot of y'all ain't even read the Bible to know that. Do y'all know? What's up, Melanin Power? What's up, Conjure Concepts? I like that name. Conjure Concept. What's up, Tanika? Listen, and I'm not making fun of anybody. I'm not. But somebody messaged me, and you know who you are. And I'm not making fun of you because you see this smile upon my countenance. Somebody messaged me and was like, hey, could you tell me what Bible verse that is that you were using in this video? And I was like, which video? And I was like, y'all, I use so many. I'm like, because there's a bunch of verses that can apply to every situation, right? I'm like, oh, I don't know. And they were like, well, I looked at the transcript and I didn't see it. I'm like, the transcript? Is that what y'all doing now? Stop cheat coding. Watch the video. Because I normally will tell y'all what verse it is. Well, this particular instance, I did not say which verse it was. And you know why? The verse was, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters, and God said, let there be light. That was the verse that I used because I was lighting a candle. And I'm like, I didn't think I had to tell nobody where to find in the beginning. That's why I did. So if you are like this person and you have no idea where to find in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Okay, all you got to do is open up your scripture. Flip past the welcome page. Flip past where it says the Holy Bible, Thomas Nelson Publishers. Flip past that. Flip past the table of contents. Flip past where it says the books of the Bible. And the very next page, it'll say, in the beginning. Right? Right, Lex? It literally says, in the beginning. So I think I had to, even people who don't know the Bible, know in the beginning, Jesus wept, Jesus, and there's a book called Revelations. That's it. Even people who don't know the Bible know them. So I didn't, I'm like, I didn't think, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm not making fun, and I don't want y'all to make fun. If you don't know, you don't know. If you do not know, you do not know. But I was like, context clues. It says in the beginning, God created. Well, he gonna create in the beginning. It's not gonna be in the back. And Jesus said, thank y'all for coming out. Peace out. Rise on up. In the beginning, God created that. No, it's right there in the beginning. But I thought that was cute though. I did. And to be honest, I want to take somebody that raw, because y'all know how hard it is to teach folks who think they know everything else, know everything. I want to take somebody that is that raw, that new, right? Because they are moldable. As long as they are open and they're like, all right, fine, I didn't know that. Okay, fine. Bad me. Now what's next? As opposed to somebody who's like, well, you know, I was just making my own, bitch be gone oil. And prophet, I must say, and I'm like, shut up. Ain't no such thing. Ain't no such thing. Give me a raw rank beginner anytime if I had to choose. I'd rather have somebody who does not know in the beginning, and then we can start in the beginning of the Bible and Hoodoo, as opposed to somebody, well, I've been studying this for 5 years. I just want you to give me some pointers. Okay. All right. You've been studying for 5 years and you still need some pointers. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. I told you I was gonna make some. I'm gonna make some shake a booty oil. I'm gonna make some shake a booty oil. Yep. I'm gonna make some. I'm gonna make some make it clap oil. And that's gonna be for the itty bitty booty crew who have trouble making it clap. All y'all do is pip, 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 pip. It's gonna like just gonna swell you up. No, I'm gonna call it Dr. Miami oil. Just rub it on and poof. But look, let me answer some questions. Y'all gotta give me another brief intermission. This doggone energy drinks. Cause let me tell y'all know I was eating keto for a while. And you know, if you've ever been on the keto diet, you'll drop a lot of water weight. As your blood sugar levels, stabilize and normalize, you'll drop a lot of water weight. And then when you eat carbs, you'll gain like 2 or 3 pounds of water. Y'all, when I went to Savannah, I was eating like crazy. And I came back, got on the scale, and I was like, oh, man. So I know I'm carrying a lot of water. And so drinking all this caffeine, your body like, oh, we're gonna get rid of this water. So let me go pay the water bill, y'all. I'll be right back. Run them donations. I can't leave y'all to y'all's own devices for that little bit of time. Miss Cancer 2 times. One cheek? Just one. Like I don't. Anyway, somebody asked a question about how to divine with cards. I do have a webinar on that. It is $10. Just text the text line and I can get that to you. It is on reading playing cards, okay? I got a webinar on that. If it's anything else, this is going to sound funny. It's going to sound like I'm being flippant, but I'm not. Any other method of divination, read the book and practice. Playing cards, you're going to have to practice too. But anything else, read the book and practice. Read the book because they all come with a book. Read it, memorize, and practice. Okay. Flat tummy tea oil. Conjure concepts. Flat tummy tea oil. That's what oil just gonna make you boo boo. Cause that's all that flat tummy tea do. It just make you poop like crazy. Melanin Power says, Prophet, I got some uncrossing oil just sitting around, but I don't know how to properly use it. How should I use it, family? Now, Melanin Power. You know what I'm gonna say. What you buy it for if you don't have any idea how to use it? That's like, man, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to Walmart and just be like, battery powered rose. Well, I don't know what to do with it, but I'm putting it in my cart just in case one day I figure it out. But if you have someone who is having a string of bad luck and through divination, like, man, they've got some negative energy, you can scratch their name on the candle, add a tiny bit of that oil, and then burn it reciting the 23rd Psalm. That is one way you can use uncrossing oil. You can anoint the bottom of your shoes if you're going to a place that you know has some bad energy. Work, you're going to visit somebody in the hospital, you're going to visit somebody in jail. Then putting that on the bottom of your shoes can keep a lot of that negative energy off of you, because we unknowingly visit a lot of just spiritually dirty places. You know, I mean, we do. Some of his family members' houses. So if you take the wrong turn at a family reunion, or you're gonna be in some bad energy. Church, sometimes keep just keeping it real. Anoint the bottom of your shoes. Miss Cancer 2 times. I'm gonna create some even out oil. It's gonna just even you out. So if you're big on top, got polio on the bottom, it's gonna even you out. Okay, you doggone blowing out on the bottom, itty bitty top, it's gonna evenly distribute you. So you can walk with good posture. See if I missed something while I was gone. There we go. Make sure the volume was up. Anyway. Whew, Lord have mercy. I did visit a spiritual shop when I was in Savannah. I did. It was not what I thought it was going to be, but it wasn't bad. It was, the name of it, oddly enough, was Conjure. Now I knew what to expect when I was heading there, because it had like the two little dots over the U. I said, "Oh no, this ain't one of us. This ain't one of us. This ain't one of us." So I walked in and the place looked amazing. I was taking notes like a mother. I was like, man, this looks nice. But it was a shop that really catered to everybody. I mean, it catered to everybody. I mean, mostly witchcraft, like Wicca, paganism, stuff like that. Like, because they had a ton of books, ton of tarot. Does anybody say tarot? I've heard people say tarot, and it gets up under my skin. If you say tarot, don't. It's tarot. Now, if you country, you can say tarot, but don't say tarot. That just bothers me. But they had a bunch of crystals. I didn't see any eggs. I did not see any eggs. Had a bunch of stuff like that. But I mean, it was a nice little shop. But when the name was Conjure, I was expecting something a little different, obviously. And they had a few oils. They did. They had a few oils. But I mean, if you're in the Savannah area, I mean, I guess you can check it out. But it's not a hoodoo shop, despite the name. It's not a hoodoo shop. It's, they just got a lot of folk magic stuff. Lex say only says tarot. I know, but I've heard it. So tarot. Tasha J says, what about uncrossing oil under your doormat? Good or bad idea? It's a good idea. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. And as Treasure says, y'all don't sleep on him, guys. Everything this man teaches is like a class. He lives his lives. His videos are very educational. Always take note, guys. Thank you for everything you do for the uneducated ones. Oh, Anna's Treasures, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Shay says, my cousin says tarot. I'd be like, girl, I know. I can't stand it. Miss Cancer 2 times. I Miss Cancer 2 times. They throw hoodoo as a title on everything. Well, the name was Conjure, and I guess, I mean, maybe I assumed, which is bad of me. I assumed, but they had some hoodoo things in there, but it was not a hoodoo shop. It was not a hoodoo shop. And I would definitely buy some Hoodoo cereal if it had a crystal ball in the front. Absolutely. Brock says raisins in the grits bad. No, not in my grits. Not in my grits. I'll eat raisins in my oatmeal, but not in my grits. So yes, that is bad. Whew, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Well, I was kind of energy drink deprived because I was on a road trip for a few hours, so I didn't want to have to stop and be the one having to have the bathroom breaks. That's like an unwritten rule. That's like an unwritten rule on the road trip. Like you don't want to be the one that make everybody have to keep stopping and keep stopping. So I was grumpy. I'm like, man. Now my energy drink, and then we're out walking around, and it was hot. Y'all, Savannah is hot, just like down here. It's hot, hot, humid, hot, like down here. It was wild. So I was sweating it out, but I mean, hey, now I'm back on the grind, getting these packages out, getting the shop worked on, so y'all can come down. Bring your cards. Debit or credit, not your playing cards or your tarot card, but y'all can bring those too. Shoot, come on. Round 2. Honey's Child said everything Prophet gives hits expeditiously. Oh, thank you, Honey's Child. I appreciate it. I love seeing folks do the workings, man. That is even ones who do work and say, Prophet, I did this, nothing has happened. We can always tweak that. We can always dive a little deeper, like what was going through your mind. Were you in alignment? Did you deviate from the recipe? Speaking of deviating from the recipes, if you have bought, because I'm getting ready to ship these out, there's an empty one. If you've gotten one of my little jars, listen, the jar, I left a label on that one. Out of here, Gerber. If you get one of my little working jars, it is already complete. Don't be hitting me up with my ancestors said I should add a little. Stop it. Your ancestors didn't make this. Mine did. So don't be adding nothing. I wish you would come up in my kitchen talking about that needs a few raisins. No. I'm telling y'all now, do not add anything to my jars. They are perfect as is. Y'all get one of my jars and then go, I think I should add a little bit of rosemary. Like, no, stop it. But anyway, well, I forgot what I was saying. I got on a rant, mini rant. Michelle Samuel says, Prophet, you got any recommendations for anxiety? I'm only anxious when I got to work or dealing with work people. I'm doing well at work, but always in my head waiting for the shoe to drop. Yeah, take you a couple of shots of whiskey, and I'm kidding. But just at night, one, you should always have a protection on. You see, I have mine on just because. What's up, Nevis? Just because we got 45 people here. It just stands to reason. I've got 40 friends and 5 enemies here. So I've always got a protection on, right? 2, just get into the habit of spiritually cleansing, especially your head, because that's where anxiety lives. There is no heart. People say that all the time. Well, my heart isn't. Your heart, all it wants to do is pump blood. It's all up here. That's why y'all drive me bonkers when y'all go, it's always about a love case. Well, my mind is telling me this, but my heart is telling me that. No, you are just being bipolar because your heart ain't telling you nothing. It's all in your mind. You going back and forth. It is all in your mind. You going back and forth. So make sure you cleanse, especially your head, and something cooling, because when you have anxiety or something like that, and of course, speak to a qualified when the views and opinions of the Broken Prophet are not meant to circumvent any opinion or treatment by any qualified medical professional. Now, when a person has anxiety, it's always the little mouse on the wheel, and it never stops running, and it never stops running, never stops running. You've got to slow it down. Now, when we speak energetically, right? Fast moving is heat. Slow moving is cool. See, it's not rocket science, y'all. So we slow that mouse down by cooling him off. You cool the head down. Bathe your head in something cooling like mint or Florida water before bed, so that you are not taking that energy because you lay there. I don't know why I should quit. I don't know why I like that bitch. Into the sleep realm with you. What's up, Natalie? So cool your head before sleep and keep your protections on you. And work on, just say a little, what's that new age word? Mantra. Before you cross the threshold to head out to your vehicle, I'm leaving work at work. All right? Do that. Black man said, you see any spirits in Savannah? My boy, let me tell you. So I was down, if y'all know Savannah, or if you don't, there's like a little section where it's like a little, it's a Haitian monument, right? For like the Haitian soldiers that helped in the Revolutionary War. And there's no parking down there. It's crazy. There's no parking down there. So I was down there at a red light, and out walks this white dude in a whole crushed linen suit with a brim hat on. You know, like mine, only white. The crushed linen suit was white. The hat was white. And he's just strolling. Now, white people are everywhere. They're everywhere. But you walking around in a whole suit in the sun when it's 92 degrees, ain't no sweat nowhere. You ain't even turn red. Cause my white brethren and sisterin, when that sun started laying on y'all's tails, y'all turn red. I don't know if y'all knew that. Maybe y'all didn't. But y'all turn red. That's how we, us melanated folks, can tell when y'all are hot. Cause he will just be out there and be like, ooh, it's hot. But we'll look over at y'all, and y'all doggone just red. And he wasn't red, he was pale. And he just walking. And I turned to everybody else in the car. I said, y'all see this? Now, that was not a good barometer or thermometer because they were spiritual folks too. Told y'all this is a work trip. And they're like, yeah. I said, are y'all sure he really here? Because I'm not. And he just walked on, don't know where he came from, and turned the corner and walked off. And that was it. And I'm firm believing that he wasn't really there. Because he wasn't red. What up, beautiful Bree? Chorus, what's going on? So I'm like, I don't know. I don't think he was really there. LIG living, I know, but long sleeve everything? I'm talking about shirt, tie, jacket. I'm like, and he wasn't red. And I know my white friends, y'all gonna be like, Prophet, don't all of us turn red? I don't know, because the ones I've seen y'all out in the summer, y'all be red. That's why I don't think y'all see it yourselves. But y'all know, y'all be red. What up, J-Dub? Y'all be red. And don't matter what color y'all hair is. Although it's more glaring when y'all blonde and be beat red. Cause then it's like, man, you about to pop. But dark hair, y'all turn red too. Y'all turn red too. Brock, that's what he looked like. That's what he looked like, Brock. That's what he looked like. Boom, 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 boom. Goose Milk says, any advice for those in medical field and dealing with those that move on to the other side? The same advice that I gave before for anxiety. It will also work. Trust me, do it. It will also work. It will also work. Y'all, how long we been on here? Hour and 22 minutes? Let me check my Cashapp, because maybe it ain't ding. Did I miss something? No? Did anybody see something going across here, y'all, while I was gone? Anybody see anything? Y'all take your time and answer. I'm about to go pay the water bill again and check these mice and rats, because the snakes is the snakes are hungry. I'll be right back, y'all. I have returned. Thank you so much, Latoya. Thank you, Latoya. Thank you so much for the Cashapp. And Brock, appreciate the $5, family. Thank you so much. Michelle, thank you for the wait. We about to. Ow, that's what I'm talking about. It's like music to my hoodoo ears. Thank you so much, Michelle, for the Cashapp. To all of you, I pray the blessing of abundance. May you be able to take your entire family on vacation and not have to find a Walmart. May you be able to pull your vehicle up to the gas pump, swipe your card, squeeze it, turn it on, and just gaze off into the distance until you hear a click. Lulu, I did not need help. Lulu, go away. Y'all, me and my friends out of town, we were talking about that. We were like, that why is it having to go out of town when you take a bunch of folks, somebody always pull out their phone like, where the closest Walmart at? Like, if y'all want to know, because I grew up in Southwest Atlanta, always Southern dude, right? Used to go to the country for the summers. But grew up in Southwest Atlanta, so that's one of those things when family would go on vacation. This is before like the super Walmarts, everything. You always find that spot where, all right, hold on. Whether back in the day it was Kmart. Okay, we out of town. Where's the Kmart? Are we over here? Where's this? And that was something we always used to talk about growing up, like going on vacation and not looking for a Walmart. Just touristing ourselves up, because tourist stuff costs, right? Tourist stuff costs. And just going on vacation, touristing yourself up. And y'all thought I was joking about the gas pump, but how many times, maybe not now, thankfully, hopefully, prayerfully, maybe not now, but how many times are you like, I need to put $5 on pump 2, $10 on pump 7. If you feeling frisky, $20 on pump number 11 or 11. You know what I'm saying? And, just being able to just squeeze it and just do whatever until it click. You're like, all right, cool. Not having to do, because y'all know it's some of us who are so in tune with our pockets and that gas pump that you like, all right, I don't want to stop on 1995, but I dang sure don't want to spend 2002. So you like, you just putting the right amount of pressure on that pump. You got that bad boy like this. You can feel the gas flowing, just $20 even. And then you put, maybe it's just me that does this, but it might be just me. Let's pretend it's the gas pump. Anybody else pull the gas pump out and then like clink, 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 just get them last few drops out, clink, 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 before you take it out of your car? Shake them last few, click, 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 get out of there. Y'all remember growing up, my mama used to grab the hose and lift the hose up in case it was gas still in the hose, and like, oh, get in there. Like she that's why it may sound like I was joking, right? But that is a prayer that I pray for folks. Like, listen, may you be able, because just going on vacation is a blessing. In a lot of our communities, people would joke around like, recession? Black folks didn't know it was a recession. This is how we live. But a lot of folks just can't go on vacation. A lot of folks just can't go on vacation. And when you do, it's like, okay, we have a strict vacation budget. So if you can just go on vacation and not have to find the Walmart, not have to find the Kmart or the Dollar General, you can just, when you're hungry, what do y'all want to eat? Italian, call down to the thing. Hey, where are the locals? What is a good spot for this? And they tell you, and you just go and don't even think about it. Don't think about what you have to face when you come home. It's an actual vacation. For a lot of us, the stress of finances is so heavy that a vacation is not even restful because you counting your money while you're out. So that's why I'm like, listen, just being able to go and not worry about that. I may have said it in a comical way, but that was a legitimate blessing. Like, that is what I wish for y'all. The same thing about the gas. Like, a lot of folks don't know. Cause man, remember how I told y'all earlier, I can't lead you to somewhere I've never been? Just like I can't lead you out of somewhere that I've never been. You know, we all know that old trick. I'm not advocating this, where you put it in the pump and then you hit credit, knowing it's gonna authorize it for $1, then you fill up and be like, I'm gonna deal with the consequences later. Y'all know y'all done been there. Y'all know y'all done been there. Shoot. All right, it's gonna authorize for $1. There's only $7 in there, but I'm just, hey, whatever happens, happens. Brock says, speaking of those that are struggling with crossing over, you hear from Brian? Oh yeah, we're gonna have a whole Brian video. We're gonna have a whole Brian video. My nephew is in there having a blast. Just Martine says, do you still have the ferret? I have 2 ferrets, Turbo and Sunshine. And yes, I have them. Lulu, you have food. You tripping. You have food. You are tripping. And actually, look, let me tell y'all why I appreciate every donation that comes in. While I was out, right? While I was out, my camera decided it didn't want a camera no more. Excuse me. And what got me thinking about having to find a Walmart is because while I was out, I had to find a Best Buy. And, you know, I pride myself on being a good steward of you guys' donation, because y'all could have ran those donations to anybody, right? To anybody. And y'all chose to bless me with them, you know, either because you enjoy the content or because you enjoy, you know, the learning. Maybe you like to see my pretty face or whatever. And I appreciate it. So I had to go to Best Buy. And this is an open box. Got me a new little doohickey here. All right. Had to find a Best Buy. And I was like, Best Buy. You know, I love Best Buy, but man, you ain't gonna come out of Best Buy spending the least amount of money you're gonna spend in Best Buy is like, I don't even know. But I got a new camera, and I think you guys are gonna appreciate the image quality better. And that's what I'm gonna shoot the next video on. The new camera. So make sure y'all comment on, you know, the difference in image quality. And I appreciate you guys so much. You guys are amazing. You guys are absolutely amazing. Tanika, thank you so much for the Cash App. Appreciate you, family. Now, what was I? Excuse me. What's up, Roses? What did I say last time I had to do? Here, let me send all these hearts. And guys, don't forget, we have a webinar coming up. The webinar is coming up on the 19th. It's going to be on ancestor altars, how to build them, how to work them. Because, you know, it's one thing to go to your altar and be like, hey, y'all got anything for me? Or I really would like for y'all to do that. But maybe y'all wanted something more hands-on. And that is what this webinar is going to be. Now that I have a second camera, I'm going to figure out how to wire it in so that I can sit here and then switch cameras over to the other one so y'all can see my hands. Hello, Hoodoo. I'm gonna stop that. So we're gonna build an ancestor altar and show you how to work it and stuff like that. If you'd like to come to the webinar, it is $10 via Cash App or Venmo. Make sure in the comment section that you put your email address and or phone number so that I can get the webinar link to you. Or you can go to my website, www.trueconjure.com, and click current webinar. There's $15 there because, you know, got to pay for the processing. $15 there. But same rules apply. In the memo section of your payment, make sure you let me know how to get this link to you. We will be starting on, I said the 19th, right? At 7 p.m. All right, so it's this upcoming Wednesday. We're going to start at 7 p.m. It will be recorded, so I can get the links out to y'all. If you are not able to attend it live, don't worry. Don't worry. Still send your money in. Don't worry. What you'll do, but with that, I'll be able to send the link to you. So even if you didn't catch it live, I can still send the link to you. I have some people in other countries who can never catch it live because of the time zone difference, or even maybe y'all here and y'all at work, but they always get the replay after the fact. And I've been toying around with an idea. Let me know what y'all think about this, because I told you I would never raise the price of the webinars, and I'm not. I regret it now. I ain't gonna lie. I regret it now, but I'm not gonna do it. But what do y'all think if we had a webinar on, say love spells? Roses, thank you so much. I appreciate you, Roses, more than you know. And in addition, we tack on a nominal fee so that everybody who takes part can get, say, the oils and herbs that are used in that webinar. What do y'all think about that? Just let me know. I could do it like my classes. Y'all know I have a class that meets every Thursday. And what we do is, the class for the people who have bought Hoodoo kits from me, but I have a class only option because y'all got whole closets full of crap. That y'all done bought from everywhere, from Hoodoo Mart, Conjure Center. Y'all got, so I have a class only option so you can use your own stuff. So what if for the webinars I have like two? I've got just the webinar, or webinar plus the stuff that we're utilizing. What do y'all think about that? Y'all let me know. Tasha J, thank you so much. I don't know why it's not dinging. Tasha, thank you for the Cashapp. I appreciate you. Let me see here. Maybe I gotta clear it out. Do that, then that. Then clear that out. Then do that. Swipe, 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 swipe. Why I got all this stuff open? Swipe. There we go. That's just an idea. That is just an idea, right? Now this upcoming one, I mean, there's there's nothing that you cannot procure yourselves, because we're gonna start with the basics. We're gonna cover ancestor altars. If you have a place, right, that you can leave it up, we're gonna cover ancestor altars if you do not have your own place, and how to go about it covertly. Okay, we're going to talk about making contact. We're going to talk about maintaining contact, how you know when they're happy, how you know when they're not so happy with the things you're doing. We're going to go over offerings, what to leave, when to leave it, when to take it down. We're going to go, we're going to dive into this thing. I think it's going to be a good time. Y'all going to love it. If I do say so myself, y'all going to love it. But look, y'all, I have got to feed the Slytherins. Boy, y'all looking hungry. I know why. Okay, I'm done. I always forget this. So I have this big tub. I've told y'all before, but I forgot again. I have this big tub that I thaw out the rodents for the snakes, right? And I always seem to put the tub in front of like the main intake for my AC. I always seem to put it there. So, and if I can't smell it, but they can. The smell of rat is getting sucked into the intake and blown out the vents. That's why they all looking around looking crazy. Everyone who has fed an enemy to the snakes, the enemy has been digested by now because they're hungry again. Okay. Michelle says, do it more options makes it more accessible. Okay. L says, I love the webinar plus option. All right. Rosa Red says, sounds cool. LIG Living said, that's a great idea. Shay Arroyon. Did I say that right? Shay Arroyon. says, I like that idea. JW Fleming said, that's dope. Tasha J says, I think that's a good idea. Plus a donation option during or after webinars. Maybe a donation banner occasionally during the classes. Interesting. Speaking of classes, if y'all listen, I had a couple of people take advantage of the Hoodoo layaway plan. Y'all think I'm joking, but here's my thing. I never worry. A lot of old workers, because the community was so small then, a lot of old workers didn't want to teach nobody nothing because they're like, listen, if I teach y'all to fish, y'all ain't gonna buy my Captain D's. I never worry about that. And a lot of the marketeers, they hate that I'm doing this. And this is not just a spiritual issue. I have a good buddy, Ron, who sells snakes. And there's this online forum. It's like Craigslist. No, it's like Amazon for reptiles. It's called Morph Market, where you can go in there and shop for snakes and stuff like that. And he says, because he breeds and sells snakes, he's like, man, you should see some of the messages I get. I'm like, from people looking to buy snakes. He's like, no, if I list something at too low of a price, all the other people selling it come gang up on me and send me like horrible messages. I'm like, man, that's terrible. But I think that's how it is, just retail, even though I don't like to think of this as retail, and I will never treat it like retail. Just like when some of y'all come to me texting me all fly about the mouth. And like, well, as a customer, I feel like, whoa. First of all, you ain't a customer. You ain't a customer. All right. You somebody I'm doing work on behalf of. You're not somebody I'm working for because you had a problem that you couldn't fix. You asked me to fix it. So slow your roll, pump your brakes. And I always tell them, like, listen, if you wanted me to treat this like a business, you wouldn't like it. You wouldn't like me. They always get mad, but I'm very direct. I'm very direct. And we live in a world that doesn't appreciate directness anymore. The world don't appreciate being direct no more. People want to be tiptoed around. I ain't gonna tiptoe around you. So so y'all would not believe some like the marketeers. Boy, they hate me. They like, you teaching them stuff and it's $10. How am I supposed to sell this $1,500 course? I'm like, man, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna teach y'all. I'm gonna teach them how to fish, so maybe they won't fall for your shaker booty oil no more. Maybe they won't fall for it. That's what they're scared of, really. They're really scared that you guys are gonna stop buying the oils with the junk packed in them, looking like fancy Italian salad dressing. They are afraid that y'all are not going to let me stop. Buy their books that all say the same thing. If y'all notice that, be honest. Be honest. Tell the truth and shame the devil. If you've bought a bunch of Hoodoo books, don't they all pretty much say the same stuff? Don't they all pretty much say the same stuff? Cause I done read them. Y'all like, Prophet, what you think about this? And I get it. From now on, if y'all recommend a book to me, y'all gonna have to pay for it. Cause I ain't buying no more of this junk with my own money. I ain't gonna do it. But those of you who have read some Hoodoo books, they all say the same stuff, don't it? Don't. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. And I'm gonna get off in like 5 more minutes, but I'm gonna take a quick break. Energy drinks. What can you do? Ooh, y'all had to pay that water bill. All right. So y'all think it's a good idea. I'm gonna toy around with what I can do with the next webinar and see how, because it's gonna have to be, I always teach my webinars on the beginner to lower intermediate level. Even though we may talk about something that you'll use your entire hoodoo career, like ancestor altars, you're gonna always use those. Like no matter what, you're gonna always use them. But I try to gear the teaching towards beginner to lower intermediate, so you get it. All right, you get it. So we're gonna have to use something with few ingredients, something that's easy to obtain and also easy for me to ship. So I'll tour around with that idea. Brock says, I heard a ceremonial magician mention Lucky Mojo and talk about psalms and hyssop in the context of spiritual baths. Mind you, this is a guy who does that Golden Dawn stuff. So marketeers diversify? Absolutely. Guys, here's the thing. Marketeers serve a purpose, right? They've always been a part of the hoodoo community in the sense that they've always been a place where we could procure items. If you look at some of the early hoodoo shops, things like Sunny Boy, Lucky Star, things like that, they have always been places we can go to for oils or for herbs and stuff like that. Some of the earliest marketeers were, in fact, legitimate pharmacies. You know how they always say about mullet, business in the front, party in the back. Well, that's how the early marketeers were: business in the front, hoodoo in the back. You just had to know, and then all right, well, y'all get on back there in that back, get on back there, and you go back behind the curtain and get your hoodoo stuff, right? My only problem with the marketeers came when instead of just selling things, they started trying to teach. See, the early ones didn't teach you nothing. Like here. I reckon y'all know what to do with that stuff. Go on and do your devilment. They were gonna sell it, and make a profit, but they weren't trying to teach you nothing because they didn't believe in it. They just, were offered the things that you wanted to buy. But it's just now where the marketeers want to teach you stuff, and it's wrong. It is wrong. So I mean, if you want to utilize those sites to buy things for your work, it's fine. But when it comes to going to trying to learn something, well, that's when you're going to get a little cattywampus. Rosa Red said, we'll only order our needs from y'all. He's so sweet. I appreciate that. That was my only, that is and has been my only issue with the marketeers. People, they get upset. You're trying to ruin my business. No, I'm not. If you're going to sell legitimate products, like, if you're going to sell high John root or a bunch of different roots and herbs, great. Sell candles till we can't find no wax anymore. Fine. But don't teach that this is how you do root work when it is not. You are basing your entire curriculum off of a set of books that are incomplete at best. Some of them made up at worst. And it's muddy in the waters. That has been my entire purpose since I started this channel. My purpose when I started wasn't to teach hoodoo. It was to document real hoodoo because the internet is forever. So I would sit there in my rocking chair. I missed that chair. In my rocking chair and my natty light. And I would just give out workings that I know to be legitimate and effective. Was not to teach. And it's kind of evolved because I've seen, man, the more you teach the real stuff, the more. And so I'm like, okay, fine. And the funny thing is, Brock, on the other side of that, I'm finding if y'all cruise the message boards, everybody's trying to put a little bit of hoodoo into their workings. From the pagans to the Wiccans to everybody's trying to put a little hoodoo in their workings. You can go, look, I only go on Reddit, but go to the witchcraft Reddit. You're going to find people talking about Loa. That's not hoodoo, that's voodoo, right? But you'll find people talking about Loa. You will find folks like, how do I do an uncrossing? Stuff that has never been in their tradition, but they're trying to incorporate a little hoodoo. That's another problem with the marketeers, right? Because hoodoo is either hoodoo or you who don't. There's no hoodoo maybe. But all right, guys, look here. Let me feed these snakes. Let me play around with this new camera. Thank you to everybody. Man, let me run this back. Let me run this back. You know, Brock, I appreciate you, family. Thank you for the super chat. Tasha J, thank you. Roses, thank you. Tanika, thank you. Michelle, thank you. Latoya, thank you. You guys help to keep this going. I think this camera streams, but I don't know. But I do have another phone. You know, y'all know how we do. We get a new phone. We still got the old one, use it just for Wi-Fi. I think we are going to have a thing with Brian. I've been saying it, but I want to make it happen. Go out there and talk to him, because Brian don't have an issue with crossing over. He just don't want to. He just has fun over here. Tasha J, I got you. Welcome to the class. I'm gonna send you the link and the instructions. We meet every Thursday at 7 p.m. What up, Magic with Jericho? How's it going? So, guys, that's what we're gonna do. Y'all have been amazing. I mean, it's so funny because people ask, well, what's the minimum down payment? And I'm like, look, don't hurt yourself. By all means, give as liberally as you can for the down payment, but don't hurt yourself. Just be consistent. That's all I ask. Be consistent, and don't make me have to come, because I will. If I don't, one of my mods will pull up, and you don't want Lex pulling up your house talking about, where Profit Money at? You don't want Lex pulling up. Lex little, but she mean. You don't want Miss Cancer 2 times pulling up, half clapping. Half clapping. Lord have mercy. But with that being said, you guys are amazing, man. I'll let you guys know what we're gonna do as far as our trip, Savannah, New Orleans. Who knows? We'll look. Y'all know ahead of time. Appreciate that, Jeff. And Hoodoo Central is open. Y'all just let me know when y'all want to come down, and we'll make something happen. All right. But look, God bless each and every one of y'all. You guys have been amazing. Y'all never cease to amaze me with the love that y'all show, and I just hope that I'm able to show it right back. Either shoot through the text line, through a live, or hopefully I've done something in a video that has helped you along your spiritual journey, just as a person, but also to help enrich your life. Hopefully, that's my goal. And with that being said, guys, you guys, I mean, thank y'all so much. Again, I can never thank y'all enough. And I am going to feed these snakes, play with my nephew, and play some Call of Duty. If y'all play Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, or Warzone, even though Warzone is broke right now. But if you want to play some multiplayer, play some Invasion or something like that, hit me up on the text line with your ID, and I'll friend you, or you friend me, and that's what we'll do. In the meantime, if you are not sub to this channel, guys, we just crossed 18,000 members of the Broken Army. So if you are not sub to this channel, but you enjoy the content, then do me a favor, hit that sub. Maybe you aren't able to run a donation, and guess what? That's fine. But subbing is free. So go ahead and hit that, and hit that thumbs up on your way out. May the doors of the church be thrown open. Maybe we'll have Hoodoo Church tomorrow. Who knows? But I do know, guys, tomorrow at 7 p.m., I am going to do a live taping of my podcast, the Hoodoo and Hanks podcast. So check the community section, and you'll see all the information there with the link. And also, I am going to be taking live calls. So if you have questions, if you have questions, then you'll be able to come live and on the air. Guess what? You don't even have to like this. Nobody will see you. Nobody will see you. You can give me a fake name, but you can ask your questions live and on the air. All right. So that being said, guys, I'm out of here for real. Look, I'm hanging out the window, reversing down the driveway, still saying bye. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Profit out. Enjoy your Saturday.